Have you ever stopped to think about what is really happening in the world around us? While many only see fires devastating cities like Los Angeles, some perceive much deeper and more unsettling signs. Just imagine. Iconic hills reduced to ashes, celebrities being evacuated, and chaos taking over places once associated with glamour. Shocking, isn't it? But what if I told you that all of this might be connected to something bigger, something that science, spirituality, and global changes are trying to show us? Behind every thick smoke, there are questions that few dare to explore. Is it merely a reflection of human actions on the planet? Or a divine message, subtle yet urgent? The answer to these questions could completely change how you see the world and your own life. And most intriguingly, there are centuries-old scientific theories that seem to align perfectly with current events, adding a new layer of complexity to the discussion. Get ready, because this is not just another report about tragedies. It is a journey through knowledge that connects reality to prophecy, the physical to the spiritual, and the present to the future. If you want to understand what lies behind these fires and how it impacts humanity as a whole, you are in the right place. But beware, what you discover here might change your perspectives irreversibly. Los Angeles, the city that never sleeps, now finds itself plunged into a nightmare of flames. The iconic Hollywood Hills, with their luxurious mansions, have been transformed into a stage of despair, while the famous sign looks on helplessly at the chaos around it. Thousands of people, from ordinary families to well-known celebrities, face the harsh reality of abandoning their homes, taking only memories and hope. It's hard to imagine places like Malibu, known for their serenity, now resembling war zones. How do you cope with such a devastating situation? It's the kind of question that echoes in every corner of the city. These fires are not just an isolated event. They expose the fragility of infrastructure and communities when faced with the forces of nature. Think of a puzzle. Each piece, such as the alert system, authorities' readiness, and individual behavior, needs to fit together to prevent greater disasters. Evacuation, although necessary, is a bitter yet essential solution to protect lives. For those looking to prepare, reviewing family emergency plans and creating survival kits are small but powerful steps. After all, we never know when something like this might knock on our door. But what stands out the most are the stories of resilience that emerge from the ashes. Ordinary people become heroes by helping neighbors, firefighters risk everything to contain the flames, and even celebrities show their human side by offering public support and resources. Behind all the destruction, there is a spark of hope and a reminder that together, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Still, this devastation raises deeper questions that lead us to reflect. Is there something beyond nature in what we are witnessing? Many view the fires in Los Angeles as mere manifestations of nature, but others see prophetic signs in what is happening. Biblical passages like those in Isaiah and Peter speak of fire and destruction in the end times, associated with divine judgment. For those familiar with these scriptures, it's hard to ignore the connection. The texts mention a purification of the earth through a great fire, bringing a powerful reflection on humanity's destiny and our own spiritual preparation. In every tragic event like this, there is an opportunity to review our beliefs and way of life. Are we prepared for something greater than what our eyes can see? The words of the prophets invite a deep analysis without fanaticism, but with an open heart to understand what these signs might mean. If someone reads these passages for the first time, they might wonder, what if we really are in the end times? Questions like these directly touch on what many avoid thinking about in their daily lives. But more than instilling fear, this biblical perspective seeks to awaken awareness about spiritual purpose. It's not just about devastating fires, but a call for each of us to stay vigilant and reflect on our role in the world. The video discussing this connection between catastrophes and prophecies raises a question that few dare to ask. If everything around us is temporary, where are we heading? It's a hook that leads us to understand how human actions and the environment also connect to these larger questions. Climate change is more than a distant concept. It is at our doorstep, transforming landscapes and redefining how we live. The fires in Los Angeles did not arise out of nowhere. They are part of a global pattern of disasters that include floods, extreme snowstorms, and prolonged droughts. Human actions, such as rampant deforestation and greenhouse gas emissions, play a crucial role. Imagine a system where everything is interconnected. By cutting down a tree, we destabilize a chain that keeps the planet in balance. But what can we do about it? The answer lies in small changes that create significant impacts. For instance, reducing plastic consumption, saving energy, and adopting recycling practices are actions within everyone's reach. Additionally, supporting sustainable initiatives and pressuring leaders for more responsible environmental policies are essential steps. Think of it as planting seeds in fertile soil. The changes may not be immediate, but they will take root for a safer future. However, some argue that the problem is larger than our individual efforts can solve. It's true that global climate challenges require global solutions, but that doesn't diminish the role of each individual. Awareness begins at home and spreads like fire, but this one, instead of destroying, has the power to renew. This idea makes us ponder. Are natural phenomena just coincidences, or is there a greater force behind them? This connection leads us to explore the most intriguing scientific theories. When we think about human impact on the planet, the evidence is everywhere. Greenhouse gas emissions, rampant deforestation, and pollution paint a scenario where climate extremes are more than isolated events. They are warnings. Scorching heat in winter, rains during drought, and droughts during rainy seasons are just a few of the imbalances we witness. It's frightening to imagine that everyday actions, like leaving unnecessary lights on or consuming irresponsibly, fuel a cycle that threatens our survival. These natural disasters not only challenge us as a species, but also test our resilience as individuals and society. A fire, for instance, starts with a small spark, but when combined with severe droughts and intense winds, it becomes an unstoppable giant. What can we do? Starting by reducing excessive consumption, separating recyclable waste, and supporting environmental causes already makes a difference. Additionally, reflecting on how we live and how we can reduce our ecological footprint is a consciousness exercise that everyone should adopt. But there's something deeper that this theme brings to light: shared responsibility. Every catastrophe is a reminder that the world is not just ours, but also for future generations. And it is precisely at this point that reflection on how our choices influence not only the present but also the future becomes crucial. Are we ready to rethink habits and perhaps reverse some of the damage? This reflection connects to scientific studies that shed light on natural phenomena and their hidden triggers. Science, with its ability to unravel the mysteries of the universe, warns us about natural phenomena that go beyond the visible. Solar cycles, for instance, are identified by experts as agents of extreme climate changes. These cycles can trigger magnetic storms, wildfires, and even disturbances in communication systems. Imagine the impact of a solar storm disrupting power grids or GPS systems in a society so dependent on technology. It sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a real and concerning possibility. A Russian scientist from the early 20th century, Alexander Chizhevsky, already highlighted the effects of these solar cycles, linking them to natural and social upheavals. Modern studies confirm this connection, showing how solar activity influences everything from climate to human behavior. For example, an increase in geomagnetic activity can raise stress levels and emotional disorders. This makes us think about how science and spirituality, often seen as opposites, can intertwine. After all, both seek to explain what is beyond our comprehension. Understanding these phenomena leads us to question how prepared we are for the unexpected. Can science predict everything? And how can scientific discoveries help us mitigate damages? Studies on solar cycles are a clear example of how knowledge is vital for our survival but also for our reflection. And while science provides answers, it also leaves us with questions that touch on the deeper meaning of life and our place in the universe. Amid chaos, humans naturally seek a greater meaning. It is no different with recent events. Many people see these disasters as a call to spirituality, an invitation to reflect on the purpose of their lives. The central message that Jesus is coming back resonates among those who see the signs in the fire, the climate, and global changes. It's a reminder to awaken, reevaluate priorities, and, Above all, connect with something greater than the material. This reflection, however, doesn't need to be heavy or fear-laden. Viewing spirituality as a compass can bring calm amidst the storm. For instance, dedicating a few minutes daily to prayer or meditation can be transformative. Studying sacred texts, such as the books of Isaiah or the Gospels, offers not only knowledge but also comfort. It's fascinating how the Bible, despite being ancient, manages to dialogue with such contemporary issues as the search for meaning in a turbulent world. The big question the video proposes is, are we ready, not just to deal with external events but also for internal alignment? It's time to think about our actions, values, and connection with the divine. These reflections lead us to realize that the impact of global changes is not only physical but also emotional and spiritual. And so, the message goes beyond chaos and finds a light of hope that invites everyone to prepare, with eyes wide open to the future. Now that you've explored every detail of this intriguing topic, the question arises, what will you do with this knowledge? Knowing that the fires in Los Angeles are more than just flames and destruction is only the beginning. True transformation happens when you decide to act. Are you ready to rethink your habits, question your choices, and even reflect on your spirituality? After all, understanding the world around you is the first step to changing your reality. So I ask you, if the signs are there, what are you waiting for to take action? Don't wait for chaos to knock on your door to wake up. Start now. Observe the impact of your actions on the environment, seek knowledge that inspires change, and, above all, cultivate a connection with what truly matters. Are you ready to face this challenge? If this journey has brought you new perspectives, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any content that can transform your life and prepare you for the challenges of the present and future.